Back at Puckett Fieldhouse, Central Methodist University. Women's game is over. On to the men's game. Missouri Valley's women defeated Central Methodist by the score of 65-59 in the previous game. And now we'll get to men's action. As we will get up on the screen for you what we've got going on here. Valley comes in 4-6 overall, 2-4 in the Heart. Eagles 5-7 overall and 3-5 in the Heart. So both teams looking for a win to get a little bit of momentum to go into the second half of the season when everything picks back up in January, as this is the last game before Christmas break. As I look, the next ball game that I will have will be for the men on January the 6th when they play Park here as part of a women's and men's doubleheader. This is Charlie Brown. I'm glad to have you with us as we get ready for action here in Puckett Fieldhouse. We're 9+ minutes away. Get that off of your screen so you don't have to look at that anymore. Put our scoreboard up so you can see where we're at with the time frame before the start of this game. We'll have introduction, starting lineups, all of that for you in just a little bit. They haven't put the starters up on the board for either side yet, but that will take place soon enough. For the Eagles, they are led in scoring by Kyle McDermott with an average of 14.3. Chandler Bevins with a 13.5 average, and Fodi Kamara 11.1 for the players in double figures. For Missouri Valley, they are led by Casey Cody Jackson, 13.5 points per ball game. Cameron Lockett, 11 points per ball game. Hayden Sprankle, 10.6. And freshman Jace Lance, 9.3. So they have three players in double figures, as they're now starting to put the starting lineups up on the scoreboard. So we'll get those written down for you and get those to you. We're going to take a break in just a second. Let you hear a little bit about what's going on at Central Methodist University these days. We'll do that right now. And we'll be back in about 3 minutes with more information here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U at Central Methodist University. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Back about 3 minutes away from the starting lineups. We can give those to you right now as you get ready to listen in. For Missouri Valley, 6-foot freshman from Marshall, Missouri, number 1, Jace Lance. Number 3, a 6-foot senior from St. Louis, Casey Cody Jackson. 6'2 junior from Bonne Terre, Missouri, Hayden Sprinkle. He's number 10. Number 23, a 6'4 freshman from Covington, Georgia, Dylan Driver. And number 24, a 6'6 senior from Chicago, Illinois, Desan Allen. For the Eagles, they go this direction. 6'2 freshman guard from Jeff City, Marcus Anthony, number 0. Number 1, Kyle McDermott, 6'3 senior guard from Frankfort, Illinois. Number 10, Trent Lyles, 6-foot sophomore guard from Sedalia, Missouri. Number 23, Fodi Kamara, a 6'6 senior forward out of Queens, New York. And number 24, Chandler Bevins, a 6'7 junior forward out of Cahokia, Missouri. Those are your starting lineups. As I have mentioned before, we have a couple Hall of Famers from Central Methodist here in attendance watching the game tonight that I can recognize masked up. One being Danny Widhelm. You can mask up all you want to, but you can't hide 6'8", no matter what. He is here. He is the all-time leading scorer in Central Methodist basketball history, as he averaged just over 20 points a game for 4 years. So, big numbers for him. Also here is Mark Dempsey, one of the very first athletic trainers anywhere around, and a pioneer in that field, as he started as a student doing some things and then went on to become certified trainer and take care of all kinds of stuff. Got a nice email from Shelby Scott, who was the SID here at Central Methodist last year, took a job over at Missouri Valley. Said that she's glad we're still on. And to say hi to Tommy, who's listening from D.C. So, Tommy, glad to have you tuned in to the broadcast as well. We try and do as good a job as we can, so... we're happy with all of that as I'm looking at some other stuff. Yeah, there we go. So we're just about set to go. We've given you the lineups, but we will get it from the horse's mouth. Larry Anderson, also a Hall of Famer here at Central Methodist. Quarterback on the football team in his time playing here. Came back, coach, athletic director, recruiter, admissions department, professor, doing all of that. So he's here as well. And there are probably some others here, but I can't, with a mask and being so far away, can't really tell you how many, who else is here. But Danny Widhelm, Mark Dempsey here. Dignitaries of major proportion, both in the Hairston Hall of Fame. Larry Anderson also in that Hall of Fame. And I'm fortunate enough to play on a team that's in that Hall of Fame. So, for Missouri Valley, again, their starting lineup will go like this. 4-6 overall, 2-4 in conference play. Number 1, Jace Lance, 6-foot freshman from Marshall, Missouri. 6-foot senior from St. Louis. Number 3, Cody Jackson. Hayden Sprinkle, a guard from Bonne Terre, Missouri. Number 10. Number 23, Dylan Driver, 6'4 freshman from Covington, Georgia. And number 24, Desan Allen, 6'6 senior from... Well, that's not what they said. They introduced number 40, Jonathan Hall, a 7-foot junior from Cardiff, Wales. For the Eagles, that's not what's up on the scoreboard, and they've They're going to start like this. Number 0, a 6'2 freshman guard from Jefferson City, Missouri, Marcus Anthony. A 6'3 senior guard from Frankfort, Illinois, number 1, Kyle McDermott. A 6-foot sophomore guard from Sedalia, Missouri, number 10, Trent Lyles. A 6'6 senior forward from Queens, New York, number 23, Fodi Kamara. And at forward, 6'7 junior from Cahokia, Missouri, Chandler Bevins. 36th year at the helm for Jeff Sherman. Want to say hello to his dad and get that going before we get too far into this, because I always promise to make sure I will say hello. We're about set to go. Eagles in the white, trimmed in green. Valley in the orange and white. And number 40 for Valley is a large person, and that is Jonathan Hall, a 7-foot junior. Almost loses the tip, though. And Jace Lance, saw him in high school. He can fill it up. This is Lance with it. Dad, the coach. Ball movement. Into the corner it goes. Nope, the jumper going to go to the hoop. Lays it up. Off the rim, no good. Bevins had to rebound. Kamara comes out with it and gets it to Lyles. We'll get you the players on the floor a little better. Anthony to the hoop. Double pump, puts it up and in. Marcus Anthony with a fast start. Lance on the fly down the floor. Shot put up, blocked by Bevins. That was Casey Cody Jackson with the shot. Kamara steps in, goes to the hoop, puts it up and in over Jonathan Hall. 4-0 Eagles as they get off to a fast start. Lance with the basketball. Gives it to Sprinkle. Back to Lance. He'll fire it from there. That's well within his range. Fire up, no good. That was Sprinkle. 2-on-2 coming the other direction. Kamara. Lyles. Bevins. Kamara tries to get it inside to Anthony, but thrown away. Because we've got people on the floor that were not in the starting lineup, so we'll apologize for that, as that's not what the scoreboard said, as that's where I got it from. This is 22, Zion Fortune. In the Lance has his pocket picked. Lyles comes out with it. To the basket. Puts it up, can't get it to go. Kamara tips it again, and it's knocked out of bounds, and that goes off of Hall out of bounds. Officials talk about it a little bit. Lyles to get it inbounds. Anthony. Kamara. Bevins take it out to McDermott. Anthony spots up for a three. Looks good. A little long. And Lance with a rebound. 4-0. We played 2 minutes. Jace Lance to the hoop. Puts it up. Banks it up and in. Saw him fill it up in high school for the last couple of years for Marshall High School, doing some Boonville High School games. McDermott. Kamara. Anthony. Going to get a pick from Bevins. Goes around it. Kicks it to Kamara. Not a three-point shooter. Gets it to McDermott, who is Lyles. 10 on the shot clock. Bevins going to square up for a three and get it. Chandler Bevins. 7-2. First points for Bevins in the ball game. Lance. Fortune. Cody Jackson. Back to Lance. That is Sprinkle with the ball. Cody Jackson, hyphenated last name. Fortune, fade away, doesn't get it. Kamara's going to run down the rebound. He's 1-on-4, so he'll pull back and slow it up a little bit. Coach Sherman yells out what he wants to do. Anthony hears it. Everybody sets. Anthony with a baseline jumper won't go. Cody Jackson with the rebound. Jackson underneath the basket, puts it up, gets it to go, and he's fouled by Bevins, I believe. So Casey Cody Jackson gets his first points of the ball game. Hall checks out. Dwayne Simmons checks in, 6'7" senior. 7'4" Eagles. Casey Cody Jackson. No good. Bevins with a rebound. Lyles. McDermott. Anthony. Back to Bevins. Almost stolen by Lance. Anthony from the corner doesn't get it to go, but follows his own shot. Knew where it was going to be short. Puts it back up and in. Marcus Anthony, 4 points in the ball game. 9-4 Eagles. Kamara with a steal. He's got numbers. Tries to get it to Anthony, but nice hustle by Cody Jackson to get back and get in the lane and take it away. And he takes it straight to the hoop, puts it up, can't get it to go. McDermott with a rebound. 2 Vikings behind the play, so it's 5-on-3. Lyles with a 3, teed up, won't go. Bevins tries to tip it, won't get. Sprinkle with it. Cody Jackson, and a foul. And it'll be a blocking foul on Anthony, I believe, as he did not have position established. And it is his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. Casey Cody Jackson. 2 players from each side waiting to check in after this free throw. Oh, just one. Jacob Moore checks in. Kamara checks out. Number 4, Cameron Boyd, and 24, Dusan Allen. Free throw is good. 4 points for Cody Jackson. Moore in the corner. McDermott. Round and round it goes. McDermott from the corner. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Tipped around by Bevins. Keeps it alive. But Sprinkle comes out with it. Jackson ahead of the pack. Sprinkle from way downtown rims out, no good. And there'll be a foul over the back. And that'll go on 24, Dusan Allen. His first foul, first team foul. 15:03 to go here in the first half of play. Anthony, Lyles, Moore, McDermott. Skipped all the way across to Lyles. Going to go in the lane, elevate for a jumper. Can't get it to go. Moore tips it. Goes out of bounds. Into the bench at Missouri Valley. And it will be Mo Valley basketball. Jaden McGrew checks in. Lyles checks out. Austin Fisher checks in. Marcus Anthony checks out. New guards in the game for the Eagles. And this is Boyd to bring the ball up the floor. Cody Jackson with McGrew on him. Boyd into the corner. Allen going to go baseline. Back out. A little floater won't go. Tipped around. Held on to, and that's 32. That is Dwayne Simmons. Coach Sherman wants a little bit more effort on the rebounding end. McDermott gets it across half court. It's good when you got bigs that can help out like Bevins can. McDermott, Bevins, baseline jumper. In the air just a little bit too hard. Moore takes a shot at it, can't get it. And Allen with a rebound. Cody Jackson with Moore on him now. Out of bounds, and a turnover. It'll go to the Eagles as it's out of bounds. Action fast-paced here. McGrew to bring the ball up the court with 14:05 to go first half. Fisher around the pick. And it'll be an offensive foul called on Bevins for a moving screen. Kamara gets ready to check back in. Bevins out. Second personal foul. He'll go to the bench for a while. Team foul number 3 already on the Eagles. Boyd. Cody Jackson. Boyd. Inside it goes. That's Lockett. Loses a handle on it. Moore has it, and Lockett reaches in and fouls. That's Cameron Lockett into the ball game, 6'5" junior from Hazelwood, Missouri. Jace Lance back into the ball game for Missouri Valley as well. McGrew, McDermott, Moore, Fisher blows by Lance, lays it up and in pressure. First points of the ball game for Fisher. 11-6 Eagles. Lance around, pulls up, jumper in the air, and good. He can shoot the basketball, folks. Saw him for 3 years in high school fill it up. Now he's got his dad for a coach. McGrew, McDermott, lefty, tries to find a way to the hoop, gets it into Kamara. He backs in, spins, loses the ball. McGrew to bring it in after lost out of bounds. Moore, Kamara lays it up and in. Nice extra pass by Jacob Moore to Fody Kamara. Kamara with 4 points, and it's a 5-point lead for the Eagles at 13-8. Cody Jackson going to get a pick. Goes around it to the corner. Boyd with a 3 in the air. Back of the rim, no good. Tipped up, no good by Allen. And Moore comes out with it. Son Allen had a couple of shots at that. And it goes off of Allen out of bounds. Now as Kamara hits the deck. Oliver Paulson Gerard into the ball game. And back in Sprinkle. McGrew. Foul is on 33. Cameron Lockett, his second personal foul. Put 20 on the shot clock. As hurrying into the ball game is Hall, 7-footer, and he's going to play the point. This will be interesting. With a 7-footer, you're not going to get too many threes from the point anymore. McDermott. McGrew. McDermott in the corner. Back to McGrew. Moore. McGrew. Corner to Fisher. 3 on the way. Rims out. Fisher with a rebound. Underneath to Kamara, but he's stuck. Gets it out. McDermott going to drive to the hoop. Tries to pass it, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles with 13 on the shot clock. They're going to put 20 on the shot clock, so there we go. Jaden McGrew. Fisher just missed a 3 from the other side. Misses the 3 from this side. And Paulson Gerard down. Almost offensive goaltending, but not quite, as Hall missed the little shot, and to clean it up, Allen with the dunk. 13-10, Allen's first points of the ball game. McDermott all the way across Fisher's missed a couple of threes. McGrew saves it from going back across half court. Moore in the middle. Fisher's got another 3 lined up, and this one halfway down and won't go. Tipped around, and Lance comes out with it. Mo Valley with a decided edge inside backboard-wise. Rebounding. Sprinkle. Through the lane, missing the shot was Paulson Gerard. To the basket goes McGrew, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair with 10:57 to go. 13-10 is your score. McGrew, first free throw good. Chris Orozco checks in. Jacob Moore checks out. Zion Fortune back in. McGrew makes both free throws. 15-10 is your score. Even though they haven't put the second point up on the board, now they have. This is Hall. McGrew with a rebound. He's going to go right at the big man, gets a shot blocked, but Orozco battles for the rebound. It's on the floor. And we've got bodies everywhere. McGrew is still down underneath the basket. Lance pulls up, free throw line jumper. Gets fouled as McGrew just now gets up underneath his own basket and starts up the court. Jace Lance will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Foul is on Cody Kamara. His first, team foul number 5. .84% free throw shooter. Misses the first as I jinx him. Lyles back in, McDermott out. Makes the second, 15-11. Central with a lead, 4-point lead, and the ball. Fisher, Kamara, McGrew. Going to get a pick from Orozco, goes around. And there's a travel as he slid his foot. Trying to plant. Turnover. Number 4 against the Eagles already. We're halfway through this first half. Lance down the lane. Wants to pull up. Instead gives it in the corner. Jumper up and good by Fortune. His first 2 points of the ball game, and the lead's down to 2. McGrew, Fisher, 3 straight away, rim no good. Lance with the ball. Every time he's bumped, he gives a little shrug. Inside it goes. Hall, no good, tipped around. And Orozco comes down with the ball and gives it to Lyles. Got to find some scoring. This group on the floor. Fisher's got 3. Orozco's going to pull a jumper from the edge and gets it to go. Chris Orozco. Group on the floor. I was saying Kamara has 4. Nobody else has more than 2. So not a lot of scoring on the floor. Lance thought about a 3, pulls back. He'll shoot it from there if he gets a chance. He doesn't get a chance. Cody Jackson, sprinkle with it. Back to Cody Jackson. Pulls up, jumper, no good. Lyles with a rebound. Kamara, step around, runs into, offensive foul. Fody Kamara tried to step around the man set there, but did not do it, and that's his second personal foul. And we have a timeout called as we get ready to have Trey Meany check into the ball game when we come back to action right after this on the Eagle Sports Network. Come back. 8:33 to go. Eagles by 4.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back. First half action. Eagles with a 4-point advantage. I mentioned Shelby Scott a while ago. She was the SID here at Central Methodist last year. She helped get me this gig to help me get the job to do the games here at Central Methodist. So I am indebted to her, and tell you, Shelby, that we miss you and hope to see you sometime soon, and hope that the tough time you're having right now personally with some loss of a family member, you have our condolences for that as well. And here we go. Hit the horn. Ball back in play. Boyd back into the ball game for the Vikings, and he's got the ball. And tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Fortune also on the floor. Cody Jackson. Simmons. And Sprinkle. This is Cody Jackson, zone defense. Boyd, back to Cody Jackson. Wants to go inside. Tipped, and Meany gets a hand on it, and we'll have a foul called, and that'll go on Trey Meany. Late whistle on that play. His first personal foul, team foul number 6, so we will have bonus basketball for Missouri Valley from now on, as everybody tries to figure out who they've got out of bounds. 8:14 to go. Goes into the backcourt. Sprinkle gets it. Boyd. Meany tries to slow him down. He goes right to the hoops. Scoops it up and in. 17-15. First 2 points of the ball game for Boyd. Back to a man defense by the Vikings. McGrew going to get a pick from Meany. Goes the other direction. Goes to the hoop. Gets it to Orozco underneath. Nice wraparound pass. Chris Orozco lost the handle on it. Got it back. Laid it up and in. And it's back to a 4-point advantage for the Eagles. Boyd. Nice pass inside. Stripped away. Meany loses the handle on it. It'll be Central basketball as it went inside to Fortune, but he lost the handle on it. It goes out of bounds. Foul goes on 32. Dwayne Simmons, his first. Team foul number 5. Lyles. Meany. Fisher. McGrew. Meany. Lyles. Tries to get it, and a foul call. He tried to get it to Orozco down the lane, but kind of stripped out of there, and they'll call a foul, and that'll go on Boyd. Cameron Boyd. His first personal foul, number 6. Kyle McDermott checks back in. McGrew checks out. Moore getting ready to check back in. Orozco will probably check out. He didn't get there in time to get in. Fisher in the corner. McDermott back to Fisher. Pulls another 3. That one no good as well. Cody Jackson, Sprinkle. 3 on the way and good. And a timeout called. It's Hayden Sprinkle, 6'2" junior from Bonne Terre, Missouri. Makes it a 19-18 ball game. Timeout call by Central. We'll keep it here. Remind you, this is the last home game, last game as it turns out of any kind for the Eagles this first semester. They will be on break after this ball game. They will come back and play a road game, which we will not cover, but then they'll be back home on the 6th against Park when Park comes to town for a women's-men's doubleheader. 6:59 to go. Moore inbounds to McDermott. Back to Jacob Moore. Lyles gets it across. Lance watches him. Back to his zone. Moore kicks it to the corner. Anthony loses it to Lance. Gets it to Cody Jackson, puts it up, scores the basket, fouled on the play. As Moore and Orozco in the game at the same time. Didn't think they would do that. I'm wrong again. Cody Jackson with 6 points. Valley has the lead, and Cody Jackson has a free throw to finish the original 3-point play. Rattles in and out, back in. And a technical foul called on Casey Cody Jackson for saying something as he went by the official. So that will go as his first foul, personal foul, and he will leave the game for a while as Oliver Paulion Gerard checks in. Kyle McDermott to shoot the free throws. 72.5% free throw shooter. Makes the first, his first point of the ball game. Tied at 21. Now it's Central ball as they work it up the court. Everybody clears out. Lyles gets it across. 3-2 or 1-2-2, depending on how you look at it. It's a 1-2-2, and the one at the top is a big who sinks back into the lane when the ball gets down there. Marcus Anthony with a 3. He's got 7 in the ball game. Average is 3.5. He's got 7. Jace Lance with the ball. Into the corner. And that is Paulion Gerard, and he travels with the ball with just a tick under 6 to go. And a timeout called by Missouri Valley. While they take a timeout, we'll take a quick break as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Back at Puckett Fieldhouse, Eagles with a 24-21 advantage. I'm getting my fill of basketball and stuff. I did 9 events last week, and this is my 3rd and 4th event so far this week. I don't have anything on my schedule for tomorrow, but I could have 3 on Thursday and 3 on Friday. Before the break, I'll have plenty of time to rest after that. McDermott, step back 3, behind the pick, hits it. Kyle McDermott. I think he's got 5 in the ball game, and the Eagles lead by 6. Hall away from the basket. Lance with a 3 and hits it. And a timeout call as Coach Sherman is not happy with somebody. Whoever's supposed to guard Jace Lance is now in trouble over on the Central sideline and being substituted for. As that young man has pretty limitless range, he can shoot from almost anywhere. As soon as he gets across half court, he believes he's in range to shoot a 3, and he is usually not very wrong. I mean, look and see what kind of percentage he is shooting from the 3-point line. 40%, which is well above their average. They average 38%, and he's shooting 40%. So Fisher is in. Lyles, Fisher, McDermott, Orozco, and Moore. 3 littles, 2 bigs. Fisher in the corner. Moore. Back to Lyles. He calls 1 up, which means he wants somebody to come set a pick. Orozco does that. Into the corner. McDermott step back 3, going to come up short. Tipped around. Fisher will come down with it after it was tipped by Orozco. Orozco has a guard on him inside. If they could swing it and get it to him. Now he's got him posted up in. Oh, now he's got to switch to the 7-footer inside. And the 7-footer bothers him. That's Hall. Bothers Orozco enough. Pass goes out of bounds as Lance throws it away. Bevins back in the ball game. 4:48 to go. Orozco out. Bevins with 2 personal fouls. 3-point advantage for the Eagles. Lyles, and a foul called on Fisher for an illegal pick. Boyd will check back in. Fisher's first foul, and that's an offensive foul, so no free throws there. Kamara checks in. Moore checks out. Back in the ball game for Mo Valley is Sprinkle. And Allen. This is Sprinkle with it. Allen just had it. Lance around to pick. Boyd. Sprinkle. Almost loses it. Boyd down the lane. Underneath it goes. Nice give and go. Nice little dish there. Allen to Hall. 27-26. Lyles comes to get the ball. Fisher. Kamara just back in the ball. Gives it to McDermott. Bevins, baseline. McDermott in the corner. Ridden out of bounds by Dusan Allen. And Kyle McDermott will go to the free throw line and shoot the 1-and-1. McDermott with 5. Second foul on Allen. He goes out. Zion Fortune, 6'6", junior out of Chicago, back into the game for the Vikings. First free throw, nothing but net. Fortune wants to take the ball out of bounds. Another free throw, though. 28-26, 3:57 to go here in this first half. Second free throw, good as well. Cameron Boyd with the ball up the court. 3:53 to go. Sprinkle. Lance. Boyd again. Sprinkle. Lance in the corner. Kamara runs out on him. Lance tries to get through. Sprinkle with a 3 lined up in the air and good. Ties the ball game up. Sprinkle with 6 in the ball game. Bevins back to McDermott. Kamara. Fisher. Lyles into the lane. Back to Fisher in the corner. 10 on the shot clock. Still got plenty of time. Steps around, takes it to the hoop, scores, and he's fouled. That's Fisher to the hoop and score. Fisher with his 4th point of the ball game. He will go to the line and shoot 1. 31-29 Eagles. Makes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Back to a 3-point advantage, 32-29, 3:05 to go first half. And a 3 in the air. And Jace Lance misses one. Fisher on the run. Lance tries to steal it from behind. Fisher back to McDermott. Kamara, free throw line. Bevins wants to go baseline against the 7-footer. Can't get it to go as Hall stands his ground and grabs the rebound. Hall is 7 feet tall, and he is pretty well put together. Jace Lance with a basket and some histrionics afterwards of, I don't know if he's shooting a bow and arrow or what that was, but he's going to have to learn that's not going to go over very well in college ball. Bevins. McDermott going to get a pick from Bevins. Back to Bevins, going to turn the corner. Lyles from the corner with a 3, won't go. Bevins over the top. Boyd gets the rebound, tries to go to the hoop. Almost loses it. McDermott with a 3 now. That won't go. Fisher battles for it, but loses the ball out of bounds. It goes off of him. Tied at 32 with the 2 minutes to go. I was going to say 2-minute warning, but you don't have that. Boyd with the basketball. And an offensive foul as Boyd jumps in. McDermott takes the charge. I'm not sure McDermott was ever very well set. His second personal foul. And he will leave. And Oliver Paulion-Girard, and that's probably Olivier Paulion-Girard. Orozco comes in. Bevins will go out the last 1:52. He's got 2 fouls, so they want to make sure he doesn't pick up a third before halftime. Lyles with the ball in a tie game. Orozco backing in against Hall. Would have been all right if he'd have gone ahead and put up a shot after that step, but when he didn't put the shot up, he's called for a travel with 1:35 to go. Jace Lance. Sprinkle back to Lance. Leon Girard with the basket, and Valley has a lead at 34-32. Maybe the first lead of the ball game for them. All the way over Fisher. McDermott takes it down the lane into the big man Hall, who holds his ground again. No foul called. Lance with the basketball, being hounded by Lyles. They probably saw each other in high school at some point in time, as Lyles played basketball at Sacred Heart High School in Sedalia, and Lance is from Marshall. Fisher with a rebound on the miss by Sprinkle. 26 seconds. Coach Sherman yells, hold up, but Lyles has got a three teed up and good. 35-34, and now let's see if Valley will play for the last shot. It's in Jace Lance's hands, and he hasn't seen a shot that he doesn't like. Into the corner. Back to Lance. Three. Sprinkle going to fire it from the volleyball line that is out there, and it is no good. So we get to halftime. Central 35, Mo Valley 34. We're at the half. We're going to take a break, get some statistics up and running for you, and when we come back, we'll have all of those numbers and stuff for you. Here on the Eagles Sports Network, we thank you for joining in. Want to make sure we thank our corporate sponsors while we're at it: MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, AirLink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. I'm going to let you hear something from Central Methodist University. And we'll be back in about 3 minutes here on the Eagle Sports Network.
CMU's Digital U. Contact us today. CMU. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U at Central Methodist University. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
It's halftime at Puckett Fieldhouse. Eagles with a 35-34 advantage here at the half. We'll get you some halftime statistics, and then we'll go over the scoring for you as it has been so far. As there come the stats up on the screen. You can look at it as the field goal percentage. Valley 13, or Casey Cody Jackson, 6 points for Hayden Sprinkle. Staff here is, I think, Shelby Scott, previous SID. Rachel Moore, SID here. Natasha Wilson. The Vice President of Student Relations, I think, is her official title, and underneath that, the purveyor of her office falls the athletic director's position. So I thank her for the opportunity to come and do these ball games for you. Hope you enjoy the ball games. We are working skeleton-wise here as all the students are gone. I have a camera operator. I am doing play-by-play, color, production, and whatever else needs to be done. This is a system that I'm familiar with. I do a lot of high school games in addition to the Central Methodist games. So we work a lot with this system, so I'm familiar with it, and it's not a terrible inconvenience. In fact, it's not an inconvenience at all to be able to run the production end of it, because it's just it's not that difficult once you get used to it. But as I said, I had 9 events last week. This is my 4th event so far this week, and I could have 3 on Thursday, which would give me 7. And I could have 3 more on Friday, which would give me 10. And then there's a possibility of doing a standalone basketball game on Saturday. So that would be event 12 in a 6-day period. So I will need the rest until January the 2nd, and we get back to action there. Missouri Valley back out on the floor as we've got just under 4 minutes to go. And here come the Eagles back out as well. Larry Anderson, the PA announcer, making sure he gets the announcement again about social distancing, wearing masks, COVID precautions, as the Heart has made it their rule that there is no visiting fans allowed at the ball game. So it's just a home crowd, and with the students being gone and not a lot of, you have to have a ticket to get in. So small crowd on hand, as you would expect. We've seen that a lot in the high school action as well this year. But the company I work for doing high school games has been doing more than our normal share of ball games. I take care of the Warrensburg, Sedalia, and Boonville area, those teams. That would be Warrensburg, Smith Cotton, and Boonville High School. And I had 90-plus events on our schedule for the fall season, and we've got about 90 or 95 on the schedule right now for this winter. So if things don't clear up much, we'll have 90 or so in the spring, and they'll be almost all baseball games. So can't beat that. I'm a baseball guy, and I can do baseball games every day. So we're just waiting around to see what else happens and how it transpires from here to there. Doesn't look like the vaccine will be available publicly for quite a while, as they're going to get the healthcare people first, of which my wife is a nurse, so appreciate that. And then to the aged, which I is one of them. So appreciate all the work that's gone into finding a vaccine, which will slow this thing down hopefully a little bit. Won't get rid of it. You still might get COVID, but it's not supposed to be nearly as bad as it might have been otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to politicize about anything or any of that. We're here to watch basketball action. Central with a 1-point lead, as we'll be back to action in a minute and a half, give or take a little bit. Again, thank our corporate sponsors that partner up with Central Methodist Athletics. That's MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. So we thank those folks that make these broadcasts possible. So the horn will go here in a second, and then we'll be ready to go. Joined, I have my own security guy up here now, taking care of me, making sure I'm not attacked by anybody. He's looking at the program to see. He's looking at the women's program.
Yeah, but the other teams.
The other teams Women or men?
Okay. No, man, I don't care.
He's taking pictures, so he got a roster because I guess he didn't get one. So make sure you know who these people are so you don't let them in if they're not supposed to be here. We're just about ready to go. It will be Missouri Valley basketball to start this second half. It is a 1-point game. It will be McDermott, Bevins, Lyles, Kamara, and Anthony, the original starters. On the floor for Missouri Valley is Lance, Cody Jackson, Fortune, Hall, and Sprinkle. Their original starters as well, I believe. Lyles is going to play in the face of Lance all the way out till he's out of bounds. 3 ball by Cody Jackson in the air and good. As Bevins ended up on a switch and Jackson just backed up and shot it over him. And Valley has a 2-point advantage. Bevins baseline, turns to the lanes, turns back around over the 7-footer and gets it to go. Overhaul, Bevins with 5 in the ball game now. He averages much more than that. He averages 13 and a half. Cody Jackson down the lane. Into the corner is Lance. Back to Cody Jackson, top of the key. Steps around to pick. Underneath is Hall. Cody Jackson free for a 3 in the air and good. That gets a head shake from Coach Jeff Sherman and a foot stomp from assistant coach Matt Sherman. Anthony. Lyles. Back to Anthony, almost out of bounds, but not quite. Lyles back with it. 3-point advantage for Valley. Lyles down the lane. Bevins with a 3 straight up. Comes up short. And a long rebound to Hall. Quickly down the floor to Cody Jackson, who gives it to Jace Lance. Back to Cody Jackson. Kamara on Lance. That's not a good idea, and Lance drills another 3 and talks to him while he's doing it. That got a technical foul called on Cody Jackson in the first half, so he might want to have paid attention to that, and it's a 6-point lead. McDermott down the lane. Bevins baseline jumper comes up short. Kamara goes after it. Sprinkle comes out with it on the run. Hall underneath, lays it up and in. And it's a 9-2 start to this half and a timeout called by Central. In the women's game just before this, 3 of the 4 quarters, Missouri Valley went on a run. They started the women's game with a 9-0 run, came out to start the second half and went on a 14-0 run, and then started the fourth quarter on a 6-0 run. So, 17:41 to go. The Eagles have scored 2. Missouri Valley has already scored 11. So that's a 9-point turnaround, and that's an 8-point lead for Missouri Valley as Central takes a full timeout here to talk about it all. As Lance has hit a 3, or 2. He's hit a 3. Cody Jackson has hit a 3. Here in the second half. So Valley comes out guns a-blazing, hot to start this. They're up to almost 50% now in the game. I refresh it, and it is they're 15 of 31, so they're just under 50% in the ball game. McDermott to get it in. Lyles, 24 on shot clock. Moore into the ball game. Bevins is out. Anthony with a jumper, rolls around, rattles and rolls in finally. Marcus Anthony in the game with 9. Casey Cody Jackson with the ball. Hyphenated name, that's why Cody Jackson keeps getting said. Jace Lance with it. Sprinkle. Back to Cody Jackson. Inside it goes to Fortune. Double teamed. Tries to find Allen underneath, or Hall underneath. Ball's tipped around. Orozco is going to end up with it as he's in the ball game. Bevins on the bench. Lyles with it. It's down to 6. Lyles, Orozco tries to find his way to the hoop. Can't do that. Kicks it back out. Lyles resets. Coach Sherman calls one down. Moore going to get a pick for Lyles. He's got a big on him now. And a foul call on the way through, and that'll go on Casey Cody Jackson. That'll be his second personal foul. Dwayne Simmons into the game, and Jonathan Hall checks out. Hall from Cardiff, Wales. Anthony. Lyles with a long three, comes up short. And Lance with a rebound. Lance thought about a three. He's always thinking about a three. Sprinkle. Back to Lance. Anthony in his face. Orozco tries to cut him off. Inside it goes. And Fortune gets the ball in the air. Foul called. Moore or Orozco. Moore will be called with the foul, his first personal foul. First team foul. Zion Fortune at the free throw line. First one rattles around, no good. Fortune, a 68% free throw shooter, misses them both. Orozco with the rebound. 6-point advantage with 16:06 to go in this second half. Lyles in the corner. Anthony feeling it. Three puts up, no good, but there's Moore with a rebound. Puts it up and in. Jacob Moore, his first points of the ball game. Down to 4. Cody Jackson with a pick around it, and that'll be a foul called on Dwayne Simmons for a moving pick. He doesn't understand what he did, but he's called for a moving screen. His second personal foul. He will check out. And Cameron Lockett checks back in. Simmons out at 6'7". Lockett in at 6'5". Lockett comes in, and he's got 2 fouls in the ball game. Lyles goes left. Orozco inside to Anthony. Bumps. Doesn't get a foul. Doesn't get the basket. And out comes Sprinkle with the ball, and Lyles fouls him, trying to get the ball away from him. Not a bad foul as they had numbers. Lyles' second personal foul. Second team foul of the second half. Jace Lance. Lockett skips it across the Sprinkle, going to take it down the lane. Little runner on the way. Blocking foul called on Orozco. Basket will count. And Lockett will go to the free throw line to shoot one. Nope. Sprinkle will go to the free throw line to shoot one. It's his first personal foul on Chris Orozco. Sprinkle makes the three-pointer. The three-point play, and a timeout call by Missouri Valley. I'll look up the scoreboard. They've got 4 timeouts left after this one. Central's got 3 left. 3 team fouls on Central, 2 on Missouri Valley. 48-41. It is a 7-point deficit for the Eagles. As Coach Davis told me before the game of the women's game, it's either going to leave a good taste in your mouth the last ball game, or it's going to leave a really bad taste in your mouth that's going to last a long time. His ladies have a bad taste in their mouth. Eagles down 7 could have the same fate. Jacob Moore to bring it in. Trent Lyles. Marcus Anthony. Down the lane, skips it. Moore. McDermott with a 3 and good. He's got 10 in the ball game. Kyle McDermott with 10. Lance trying to get rid of Lyles. Hands it off. Fortune with it. Going to give it to Sprinkle. To Lance. Fortune. Inside it goes. Fadeaway jumper in the air and good by Cameron Lockett. Lockett with his first 2 points of the ball game, I believe. 6-point advantage again. Anthony has a pick, pulls up, 3 in the air, won't go, tipped around, ends up on the floor. Fortune brings it down. And Lance has it. Gets a pick. He's got a big on him. That's a mismatch for sure. Ball in the air. Comes up short. Air ball. No bow and arrow after that one. Anthony loses a handle on it. Gets it back. Going to get it to Lyles. Fisher and Bevins getting ready to check back in for the Eagles. To the hoop. Lyles can't get it to go. Slapping the backboard, count the basket. As a Valley player slapped the backboard, vibrated it while the ball was in the cylinder, so it's basically a goaltending call. Boyd in, along with Dusan Allen, who will be taking the ball out of bounds and passing it into Boyd. 4-point. As they're trying to figure out who to give those 2 points to, and it's Trent Lyles. That'll be 5 points for him in the game. The official scorekeeper didn't know who to give that credit to. Boyd. Zone defense now by the Eagles. Try and slow this down a little bit. Boyd, Cody Jackson. Fisher on him. Back to the top. Sprinkle. Back to Cody Jackson. And a foul called. And the foul will go on Kyle McDermott. His first. Team foul number 4. Right down the lane was Lockett. He lost the ball, but it's taken right back by Allen. Boyd with it. Sprinkle in the corner, back to Boyd. Cody Allen. Cody Jackson, sorry. Layup inside. Up and in by Lockett. He's got 4 in the game. And it's back to 6. Fisher on the other side. Kamara. Pick for him. Fisher misses. Kamara with a tip. But out of bounds is Dusan Allen. And it will stay with Central after the missed shot. 12:30 to go. Lyles to bring it in. McDermott. Fisher in the corner. Bevins on the baseline. Almost picked. Almost a bad pass. Kamara. Back to Fisher. Bevins inside. Baseline jumper on the way. Comes up short. And Allen with a rebound to Boyd. 12:12 to go. 6-point advantage for Valley. Boyd right down the lane. Kicks it back out to Sprinkle. Lockett misses, but the ball's put back up and in by Dusan Allen. He's got 4 in the ball game. Off the bench. Moore getting ready to check in. Lance getting ready to check back in. Fisher. Kamara. Goes up underneath the basket. Scores, and he's fouled. Kamara with his 6th point. Moore checks in. Bevins checks out. Lance checks in. Cody Jackson checks out. Cody Kamara was 6. Comes up short. Somebody from the bench fakes a sneeze during that and thinks that that's what caused the miss. Boyd. It's 4. Allen. Lance. Almost has his pocket picked by Fisher. Can't step behind the screen on Lance. Shot put up, partially blocked as Kamara was running away from the play, had his back to it. Lyles to the hoop, puts it up and in. Lyles gets it down to a 4-point ball game. Allen, Sprinkle, Boyd. Lockett puts up a jumper and hits it. He's been a bit of a spark for his team coming in and picking up 6 points off the bench, and it's back to a 6-point lead. Fisher going to get a pick from Kamara. Does. To the corner to Lyles. He's got a 3 ball in the air. No good, but he's going to chase it down. Tips it to Moore. Going to give it back to Lyles, who's going to head for the basket. Can't find anywhere to go. Gets it back to Fisher. Going to get a pick from Moore. Goes around it on the other side to Kamara. Trying to get up. Can't get a foul called. And it comes out to Sprinkle. These officials are letting everybody play a little bit. Sprinkle with a miss. Lyle with a tip. And there's going to be a foul called on Trent Lyles as he went up over Allen. Allen took a tumble and the whistle blew. Third personal foul on Lyles. Fifth personal foul, unless they change it on the scoreboard. So not quite to the bonus yet. Allen, Boyd, inside the Lockett, spins, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. Said he hooked, did the swim move and hooked, and that's his 4th personal foul. He's hollering at the ref, and the ref says you're being replaced to go to the bench. As Hall comes back in, and Lockett will go to the bench. Kamara into Lyles. Lyles with 3 fouls. The only Eagles player in any kind of foul trouble. Fisher. Jumper from the free throw line. Rattles around several times, and finally Hall comes down with it, but a foul will be called on the rebound. It hit every part of that rim. Kamara with the foul. That's his 3rd personal foul. And another quick timeout called. 9:50 to go. 6-point advantage for the Vikings. We'll take a quick break as well. Catch my breath, and we'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
(56-50) Missouri Valley. It was a 1-point Central lead at half. That has disappeared and got up to 10 points that they were behind. Down 6 right now. 35-34 was the score at halftime. The Eagles have scored 15 points. And Missouri Valley has scored 22. As they're playing some Christmas music, and some of the fans are hooting a little bit about that and says thank you when the music stops playing. Dusan Allen to bring it in. Cameron Boyd with it. Casey Cody Jackson. Pick from Jonathan Hall down the lane. Puts it up and gets the roll. Whereas Central doesn't get the roll on the last time down their floor. The Vikings do. McDermott back into the ball game. Bevan's getting ready to check in. Anthony loses a handle on it. More. And it ends up in Hall's hands. And here comes Cody Jackson to the hoop. Up and rattles around and good. And it's a 10-point advantage. Boyd checking out with an injury. Got hit in the mouth, I believe. McGrew into the ball game along with Lyles and Bevins. Lance and Sprinkle back on the court. Lyles. Jackson all over him. Cody Jackson all over him. Bevins has a three lined up. He's hit a couple, missed a couple, misses that one. Jace Lance ahead to Cody Jackson. Turns. Wide open jumper won't go, and Bevins with a rebound over Hall. 10-point advantage again. Lyles looks inside, doesn't go Bevins' way. Going to get a pick from Bevins this time. Gets it to Bevins. Kamara underneath. Bank shot up and in. Nice look by Bevins to Kamara. 8 points for him. Cody Jackson with the ball. Lance. Cody Jackson again. Going to get a pick. Lyles pushes him underneath the basket. Gets it to Hall, who lays it up and in. Hall with 6 points. 7-footer. Back to 10. As Zion Fortune gets ready to check back in at the next dead ball for Missouri Valley. McGrew to the hoop. Left hand bank up and in. He is left-handed. Went strong side, went up and banked it in. He's got 4. Allen. Hall, a long way from the basket. Lance. Cody Jackson, 10 on the shot clock. Deshaun Allen to the hoop. Bevins blocks it. It goes out of bounds with 2 on the shot clock. It'll be catch and shoot. Catch, fake, dribble, shoot. Fortune in. Allen out. Three on the way, doesn't hit anything. As Lance had no chance but to catch it and shoot it. Didn't draw any iron, so it's a shot clock violation. 8-point lead. Eagles with a basketball again. McDermott with 10. Bevins trying to find his way through. Can't. Lyles with a 7-footer on him. Bevins has got a three-pointer lined up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Goes up strong against Hall. Gets his shot blocked. Hall ends up with the ball. Falling out of bounds. Gets it to Lance. Sprinkle. And there's an offensive foul called on Fortune. No. Waiting to see that put up on the board because I think that was 22, not 3. But they call it on 3, so okay, we'll go with that. Cody Jackson's third personal foul. He goes to the bench. Brings Paulion Gerard back into the ball game. Still 8 points with 6.5 to go. Lyles gets a pick from Orozco back into the ball game. Underneath to McGrew, loses a handle on it. And Hall with a rebound. Boyd up the court. Paulion Gerard to Boyd. Through. Left hand up and under and good. Cameron Boyd, his 4th point of the ball game, and it's back to a 10-point lead. Eagles had a chance to get it down to 6, didn't. Now it's back to 10. McGrew getting a pick from Kamara. He's going to back in. Gets it to Orozco underneath. Makes the shot, and he's fouled. Little push there by Hall, I believe. And that'll be the first personal foul on Jonathan Hall. Lance back into the ball game. Roscoe rolls around and good. 7 points. Substitute in. McGrew out. Anthony in. Paulion Gerard. Boyd going to bring it across. Paulion Gerard step through, puts it up, comes up short, and Orozco battles for the rebound. 7 points, 5:26 to go. Anthony starts to go to the hoop. Boyd cuts him off, as does Hall underneath the 7-footer. There's McDermott. We haven't heard from him for a while. He's been stuck on 9 points for a while. Misses. Hall with the rebound. Lance with the ball. Gives it off to Boyd. Down the lane. Set shot from the baseline for the 7-footer. Hall, and he makes it. Back to a 9-point advantage. Anthony and Lyles play catch. Lyles tries to scoop, won't get a call, won't get the ball, and Hall rips it out. Boyd with it on the run. Bumps into Orozco, basket counts, foul called on Orozco for a block. Lead swells to 11, and a free throw for Cameron Boyd at the free throw line. He's got 6. Cody Jackson back in. Kamara and McGrew back in. And we'll get a timeout called. And the 7-footer just banged into Cameron Lockett, his teammate, doing a little bump thing that could have injured both of them. They both have a little heft to them. Not tall and thin by any stretch of the imagination. 68-57, 1 free throw to go when we come back. Mid-America scored 34 in the first half. They've scored 34 here in the second half with 4:32 left to go. Central, on the other hand, has only scored 22 points in this half. That's why the lead is 11 with a chance to get to 12 with a free throw. Women's action, if I remember correctly, I'll look. Women's action January the 2nd, as they will take on College of the Ozarks here at Puckett Fieldhouse. And then on January the 6th, Park will come to town, and the Park men are ranked and defeated the Eagles at Park. And looking at Park, the score was 84-61. So, tall order, literally and figuratively. Looking at the monitor for something on the last foul, which I'm not sure what that was, as Orozco tried to take a charge, was called for a block. I don't know what the question is because the ball went in. Unless there's an issue with the clock continuing to run or something. Try to get my stats program to upload. Missouri Valley is now shooting 54% from the floor. Central 39. Missouri Valley 7 of 15 from the three-point line. Central 5 of 25. Valley shooting 46.67 from the three-point line. Central shooting 20%. Looks like McGrew, Anthony, McDermott, Kamara, and possibly Orozco being the 5th player as they continue to look at. They've looked at the monitor now. They're over talking to the official scorer about something, so they're trying to figure out if the score is figured out. I have said before, I said it the other night, technology is a great thing, and sometimes it just bogs everything down. If they come out of this and say there's no change to anything. We've wasted 2 minutes of time that we could be playing basketball as they continue to look. Tell everybody to back off before going down to the free throw line. They do to Central. Kyle McDermott checks the basketball. As this just continues to go back and forth from the monitor to the scorer, to the monitor, back to the scorer. Now we're going to talk to the Central coaches. Now we're going to go back to the monitor. Things were much better when you just called it and moved on. I know the object is to make sure you get it right, but I don't see anything changing. It's still 68-57. It's still 4:32 to go. And Cameron Boyd's at the free throw line for one free throw. So after all of that, nothing changed. Boyd with one free throw. Complete the three-point play. Scoops out no good, and Kamara with a rebound. 11-point deficit with 4.5 to go. McGrew going to get a pick, wants to go around, and he's a lefty. Wants to go down the lane. Anthony. McDermott. Anthony in the corner. Orozco with a long jumper won't go. Kamara with a rebound. Over Fortune, puts it up, can't get it to go, and a foul will be called, and that'll go on Fortune, and that's his third. And Fodi Kamara will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Everybody's in bonus now. It's 1-1 for a little while. That's the third foul on Fortune. First free throw good. Kamara now with 9 in the ball game. He averages 11. The fake sneeze didn't work this time from the bench of Missouri Valley. 9-point advantage with 4 to go. Fortune across. Hall spins in the lane. Puts it up, can't get it to go. Tipped, and it's coming out. And McGrew's going to have it along with Cody Jackson to the hoop. McGrew lays it up and in. Jaden McGrew with his 6th. Clock continues to go. It's down to 7. The lead is down to 7 points. Boyd to Lance, and he's called for a travel as he catches it, takes a step before he puts the ball on the floor. His father, the coach, paces the sideline. Very animated. That would be Chad Lance. Into McGrew. 3:40 and a 7-point advantage. Eagles need to get into this a little bit more. Kicked. And that's a good thing because it went off Kamara's ankle out of bounds. But the kick will keep it with Central. Right underneath their own basket. McGrew. McDermott in the corner. Anthony. McGrew looks inside. Going to go to the hoop instead. Tries to step through, but Cody Jackson with a steal. Anthony cuts him off. He continues with the dribble against Kamara. Boyd. Cody Jackson. Gets a pick. Boyd from just beyond the free throw line. Doesn't get it. Anthony with a rebound. Leads it out. 3-on-2. McDermott with a 3 in the air, won't go. Kamara has his hands on it, doesn't know, and referee says out of bounds on Central. Be Central's basketball. 2:56, it's still 7. As Stenger checks back in. Sprinkler, I'm sorry. And also back in is Simmons. McGrew. Kamara, free throw line against Hall. Around, tries to get it inside, can't, turns around, gets the ball back, puts it up, can't get it to go, and Hall with a foul. Says, I went straight up, coach. That's foul number 2 on Jonathan Hall. Kamara at the line. 0 for 1 from the free throw line, according to the stats I'm looking at. Needs to make 2. Makes the first one. He's got 11 points in the game. Make it 12, and it's down to 5. Eagles trying to make it exciting. Trying to fight back into this. Cody Jackson gets it across. Going to get a pick from Simmons. Does. Lance. Cody Simmons down the lane. Tries to drop it off inside. Stolen. McGrew has it to McDermott. Back to Grew. Tries to get it ahead. It's tipped out of bounds as he was trying to get it to Kamara on the run. Lockett going to check back in. Hall going to check out. 2:21. Eagles need a basket. Kamara. McGrew. McDermott going to go down the lane. Banks into. Can't get the ball to go, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. And that foul goes on Casey Cody Jackson, and I think that's his 4th. Says 3 on the board, so they switched a foul earlier. McDermott at the line to shoot a pair. Needs both of these, do the Eagles. First free throw is good. Down to 4. Can get it down to a one-possession game, and there it is. Down to 3 with 2:15 to go. Missouri Valley's kind of gone into a little bit of a stall, keep the ball away mode, and it's cost them some points on the board. Sprinkle. Lance with it now. He's got 14 in the game. Nothing lately. Simmons. Lockett. Step back. Banks off, no good, as the bench was calling out. The central bench was counting it down and had the play clock at 3. Kamara underneath, puts it up, lays it in, and it's a 1-point game with 1:38 to go. And a timeout called by Mo Valley, as Coach Lance takes a long walk out into the free throw lane and then back to the huddle, as he's not happy with his team's performance right now. 1:34 to go. Again, we want to say thank you to the corporate sponsors, partners that make all of this possible. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, AirLink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. And I'll tell you, if you're in this area, even if you're not, you might want to check Jennings Premium Meats out. That is a first-class place. We recently bought one of their pork packs, 50 pounds of pork, and we've gone through it and nothing flat, and we're getting ready to order another 50 pounds and pick it up Thursday or Friday of this week. And they have wonderful stuff. It's all hand-cut. Excellent quality. Really enjoy it. They're over in New Franklin, but I'm sure if you put in Jennings Premium Meats to your search engine, you will find them in New Franklin, and you can call and order or order it online and have it shipped to you. Good stuff. 1:34 to go. 1-point lead for Missouri Valley. It's Lance, Sprinkle, Cody Jackson, Simmons, and Lockett on the floor. McDermott, Anthony, McGrew, McDermott, and Fisher on the floor. So Kamara is the only height on the floor for the Eagles right now, as they're going to defend the three-point line. That's Lance, who wants to shoot a three. Inside, back out. Sprinkle with a long three. Rim no good. Tipped around. And down with the ball. And they did not reset the shot clock, so that will slow things down as Simmons got the rebound. Take a couple of seconds off the 30. Oh, it goes back to 20 since they had the ball, so they'll take it down to maybe 18. 17 they take it to. 1:10 and a timeout by Valley. That gets both sides down to 2 timeouts left in this second half of play. Eagles will be in double bonus on the next foul by Missouri Valley. Missouri Valley still in the 1-1 for 2 more fouls from Central. Been a privilege and an honor to bring you ball games this semester. Hope you have enjoyed them as we try to bring you a good product that you can enjoy listening to and watching online. With the COVID incident, not many folks coming to the ball games. For those of you from Marshall, hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Not as slick as some of the stuff you guys do up there, because you do your department up there. Your media department does an excellent job with graphics and replay and whatnot up at the Missouri Valley. Outstanding. I live in Warrensburg, and we get a good dose of the University of Central Missouri's digital media production department as they do some games for us up there in the for Warrensburg High School, and do a fantastic job as well. So 17 seconds on the shot clock, 1:10 on the game clock. It's a 1-point lead for Missouri Valley as Bevins checks into the ball game now for some rebounding help inside. He'll have Lockett. Kamara will have Simmons. Everybody else kind of matches up pretty well. That's Simmons. They'll invite him to take a 3 anytime he would like. And Lockett from there as well. Sprinkle going to come around it. Lance, he'll take a shot no matter what he can get his hands on. McDermott knocks it away at the buzzer. Shot clock violation. It goes over the backstop, and security's going to go run that thing down, and we may see a new basketball come in after that one's been over on the floor. It comes back in. They're going to go get a different ball from the scorer's table as they have extra. Oh, they got that one back, so they say fine, play on. 53 and a half seconds. Central can go 2 for 1 here. If they can get it in and get a shot, get a lead, they can get the ball back at the end and have another shot at it if they so desire. McGrew. Fisher with it, going to go down the lane, put a scoop up and hit it. Eagles have the lead with 39.8, so they will get the ball back if they can get a rebound. Cody Jackson down the lane, stripped out of his hands, out of bounds. McGrew, Bevins, and Kamara all there battling for that. 23 on the shot clock. 31 on the game, and Missouri Valley going to use another timeout. They're going to draw up a play to get a shot off here, what they consider to be a good shot. And if I look over at their statistics, I can tell you that Cody Jackson, field goal-wise, is a 37.4% shooter. Lockett is a 60% shooter, but he's around the basket, and I don't think he'll get a chance to shoot one around the basket without shooting free throws. Sprinkle from the floor is a 42% free throw shooter. Jace Lance, surprisingly or not surprisingly, depending on how you look at it, is shooting 27.8% from the floor. He's shooting 40% from the three-point line and a lot less than that from the inside the three-point line. Cameron, if he were in the game, is a 47% shooter. And I think that's about it. So, Chad Lance draws up the play on his side. Jeff Sherman draws up the defense on his side. It is 1-1 for Valley. So, Central can foul in an obvious scoring position. Make sure they don't make the basket and make them make 2 from the free throw line. Same 5 back out. Lockett, Simmons, Sprinkle, Lance, and Cody Jackson. And it comes to Lockett against Bevins. Turns, kicks it back out. Now Lance going to drive down the lane, puts up a floater, won't go. Bevins had a shot at it, doesn't get it, banked up and in with 22 to go. Simmons gets the basket, his first points of the ball game. McGrew going to get it across, and they're going to call timeout as soon as they get it across the half-court line. 16.9 to go, and now Central trails by 1. So Coach Sherman will dial up his offensive play. He's got one timeout left, as does Valley, so one timeout left. Music that will forever be associated with, remember the Titans? 16.9 to go. We talked about the shooting percentages for Valley, for Central. Marcus Anthony on the field. He's a 33% shooter from the floor. McDermott is a 39.7% shooter from the floor. Lyles is a 45.6% shooter, but he doesn't take a lot of shots. McGrew, 37.3, and Kamara is a 53.7% shooter, but his are around the basket. Same story. A foul would send him to the line to shoot 2, and Missouri Valley would foul him and hope that he doesn't foul him hard enough to not make the basket and then shoot an and 1. Make him earn it from the free throw line with 2 made free throws, so 16.9 to go. Get the ball in bounds is the first issue for the Eagles. They still have one timeout left. Kyle McDermott to bring it in. McGrew, Fisher, Bevins, and Kamara. In it comes to McGrew, right back to McDermott. Back to McGrew, and throws the ball away. And a foul. Coaches Sherman are beside themselves. Don't know what the play was supposed to be. It went to McDermott. He looked like it wasn't supposed to go towards him. And then when it went the other way, the ball was thrown away. Cody Jackson with a 1-and-1. Even in this case with 11 seconds to go, it's still a one-possession game no matter what he does, as long as the Eagles rebound any miss. And a timeout. It'll go Central's way. That's their last timeout. Let's see what we can find out statistically about Casey Cody Jackson. Free throw percentage, he is a 67% free throw shooter. So he makes 2 out of every 3. And if I look on this, I will see that he is 3 for 4 from the free throw line. So he's due to miss one of these 2. And if it's the first one, it's a 1-point game. If it's the second one, it's a 2-point game. Dusan Allen going to check into the ball game for Missouri Valley. McDermott is the 3-point shooter on the floor for the Eagles. He has the most attempts, and he shoots 33%. Lyles shoots 34% from there. Bevan shoots 42%, but he has missed several in this ball game from out there. As I look, he is 1 for 4 from beyond the line, but now would be a great time for him to hit one, and it would either tie or give the Eagles a win. We could see overtime. Why not? Casey Cody Jackson, senior from St. Louis, at the line, goes through his motion of shooting free throws. Bevins and Kamara underneath. McDermott and McGrew. Fisher standing out by half court. It is a 1-and-1. Under any circumstances, it's pretty quiet in here, but it's really quiet in here right now. Free throw. Skips around and falls in. Front of the rim, back of the rim, and in. It's a 2-point game still. Even at that, it's only a 3-point. It could only be a 3-point. It's still a one-possession game no matter what. Kamara is going to leave. And another shooter, Anthony, comes into the ball game. Valley pulled everybody off the free throw line. So unless Cody Jackson gets his own miss, and he makes them both. And a timeout by Missouri Valley, and everybody's out of timeouts. Regular ball game, regulation, everybody's out of timeouts as Chad Lance will figure out if he wants to foul and send the Eagles to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws rather than have them get a 3 off. Because he could pressure in the backcourt, and then once it gets across half court, foul before a 3-point shot is attempted. 2 free throws. You would have to make the first, miss the second, and get the ball back for Central to have a shot at this. So lots of strategy here. Coach Sherman trying to figure out how to get it up, swing it, and get a 3-pointer off. Get a good look at a 3 without anything happening, because the last time they had the ball down here, they threw it away. Eagles will have to go the length of the floor and hit a 3 with 11 seconds to go. Now, they don't have to hit a 3 if they can get a layup and then foul as soon as the ball comes back in bounds. They could do that, but that's not going to leave them much time to do anything else. McGrew, Cody Jackson, lets him by. Anthony, and there's a foul on Cody Jackson, and he fouls out. But nope, that's only 4 on him. Fisher talks to Anthony, and I'm sure the strategy is make the first one. There's still 5 seconds to go. You can make them both and foul on the inbounds. Still going to have to hit a 3 maybe. But let's see how Coach Sherman wants to play this. Make 2 and try and steal if you can't foul. Make 1, miss the second, and try and get a rebound. And I'm going to guess that's not going to maybe not the way it's going to work, because Kamara is going to come in just a second. First free throw kills that strategy as Marcus Anthony misses the first one. So now the only thing really left to do is miss, hope for a rebound, a tip and out, and a 3-point shot at the buzzer to tie. And we have a violation, lane violation, as Anthony did miss it, but too quick into the lane. 4 seconds left. Eagles have to steal and hit a 3 to tie. And there's a foul. McDermott with the foul before the ball is brought in. They put a second back up on it as the lane violation. 5, so now it comes down to Cody Jackson hitting 1 free throw to ice this. It's a 1-1 still. If he makes the first one, the ball game, for all intents and purposes, is over. They want everybody off the free throw line. Don't want an over-the-back foul, which really wouldn't cause a problem at this point with a 3-point lead. Cody Jackson, first free throw. Rattles around, no good. Bevins with it, going to have to hustle it down. Anthony with a 3 at the buzzer, misses, and the ball game is over. 72-61 is the final. The Eagles got a look. Marcus Anthony couldn't get it to go. Coach Sherman comes over, knuckles up with Coach Lance. Final score 72-69. Eagles fall. Lady Eagles fall 65-59. Men fall 72-69. That will do it for the first half of basketball. First semester is over. Second semester will start. First week of January, we'll be back for games along that route. So we will tell you from Puckett Fieldhouse, 72-69 is the final. Missouri Valley with the win. And the Eagles fall in the last game before Christmas break. That will do it from Puckett Fieldhouse. This is Charlie Brown. Thank you for watching tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it.